I have today on this set a trained sexologist. She's one of the best in the world, trained Christian sexologist. And she's in charge of wholesome sexuality ministry. And we're going to ask her tough questions. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Tough questions. Question number 1. Are you ready? This is tough. This one is very tough. Very tough, very tough question.
Okay. He says, my husband has premature ejaculation. I have never enjoyed sex for 13 years. We've tried everything, nothing has worked. We have even imported medication. Nothing has worked.
Okay, before you answer that, let me talk a bit about the first question they ask her. So it's not usual or normal for an adult not to enjoy sex. So please, you need to understand that. If you're a full-grown adult normal and you don't enjoy sex, it's a sign or a proof that something, is wrong. Because some people think this is normal, that I don't like sex. It's not normal at all. Sex is something. It's like somebody saying I don't have appetite for food. That's not a normal thing. That's a sign of a problem. So if you don't enjoy sex at all, that's the problem you should seek help for. And like she said, if it's a couple, has it always been so, or did it start at some point? If it started at some point, they will track what made it happen. Was it an experience or an encounter? Or if it has always been so, that means the problem preceded the marriage. So we need to also go back with the person and find out why is it that you don't like sex at all. So it might be something you are doing today or something has happened before, but when we track where it started, we can fix it, okay? So that's very important. You can go to your next video question.
Thank you, sir. Okay, the question was talking about ED, erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, which is also a form of erectile dysfunction. Now, like I said, we'll still need to find out how it started. Right. When I say how it started, there are different causes of premature ejaculation. Number 1 is masturbation. Now, masturbation is basically you self-stimulating yourself. Now, what happens with masturbation is while you think it's just a physical thing, you are just helping yourself. There's something going on here. You are telling your brain that you can do it yourself. Now, have you ever heard or seen someone that masturbates for 1 hour? Well, I will tell you because they come to my office. It doesn't happen that way. It starts from you are doing it, you are hiding, you don't want the next person to know what you are doing. So you are doing it in record time. Maybe the first time you did it, you were able to have an ejaculation in like 10 minutes. The next time you do it, you're like, I have to beat my record. My boss is faster. Sharp, sharp. 5 minutes. Now you are training your brain to give you pleasure at short time. Right? Now, when that happens, it's psychological. It's not physical. So if you are taking all the drugs that they are sending to you, you are not helping yourself because the root cause of this premature ejaculation is psychological and not physical. So all these people that sell all these drugs, they are thriving on your insecurities. You want to be able to perform. But nobody's asking you why you are not yet performing well. What you have done that led you to this point. So when it's psychological, you need a psychologist to help you. Right. Now, if you come into the physicalities of it, okay, you are here. One of the fastest, they say it's fastest, but if the psychology of it is not dealt with, it would not still work. There's something they tell us at antenatal clinic. That's the clinic you go when you're pregnant. They call it Kegels. Also, men are grown to think that it's only women that do Kegel exercises. They've been lying to you. The same muscle responsible for ejaculation is the same muscle responsible for urination. So Kegels is basically, simply put, pee and stop. Pee and stop. So instead of you to go and just run like a water fountain, when you go in, you pee a bit. 2 seconds, you hold it. You release it again, you hold it. You release it again, you hold it. The reason we use pee is because it's easier. But you can actually do Kegels while you are seated there. What Kegels does for you is that you are beginning to gain control of your pelvic floor muscles. So if you would normally ejaculate in 2 minutes, but you have started training your body training yourself to take control of your pelvic floor muscles, you know when you are about to come. You know your spouse knows. You see where communication comes in. You know your spouse knows, and then you can stop it. For women who have spouses that are experiencing premature ejaculation, you can also help. Let's stop having mindless sex. When you're having mindful sex, that means you are very much in what is happening. You should know when your spouse is about to come, and you cannot stop it. So if you are taking him to Jerusalem, that particular thing you are doing that is getting him there, and you can see that he's getting there, stop what you're doing. Like I said, the man's drive is like this, like this. Once you stop it, he will start dwindling down, and then you can start again. That process helps you prolong the ejaculation time. Now, if you are ejaculating and you say it's premature, sometimes I ask the women, as compared to what? How do you know that he came quickly? What comparison do you have to know that he came quickly? Because most times women calculate ejaculation from the moment of penetration. But sex actually started from when he started kissing you, when he started fondling you, when he started smooshing, he has started. And if he doesn't have control, the moment he enters, he would come. He has held himself this long. So help him too. But like I said, you need to know the root cause of the premature ejaculation. If it's psychological, if it's physical. But you must deal with the psychological aspects first before we get to the physical aspects.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now over to Pastor Kingsley. How do you deal with baby mamas from the past?
Sorry, I still want to add to the premature ejaculation one. You can also look for ways to slow down sensations. For some people, things like condoms help to reduce sensation. Then for other people, you need to find positions that allow the man to be able to have that control. Some positions will make the woman have control. Some positions make the man have control. So let him use positions that give him more control to either slow down the slides or whatever, or to increase it as it goes. So that can help. How do you deal with baby mamas? What is baby mamas?
From the past.
Yeah, it depends on what you mean by deal with. If you have a child with someone outside of your marriage, that requires a whole lot of agreement and counseling. We have to set boundaries. We have to determine how much involvement are we going to. So it's something you and your wife or you and your husband, whatever, have to sit down with probably a good counselor to mediate and be like, what are you comfortable with? In some cases, we tell the wife to be more involved in the child's life, not the dad, because the higher chance that the dad and the ex can continue to bond over that child. So we have to mediate. What do we want to achieve? What can be achieved? Do we want to be fully involved in this child's life? Do we want to be partially involved? Do we want to be financially involved? So you have to decide and set the boundaries accordingly based on what both of you are comfortable with. So it's difficult for us to just choose for you when we don't know the real situation. These people, are they close to you? Are they far from you? Are you planning to travel to visit? You know, there are cases like that where the man wants to go to another city to visit the child. Things like that are a setup. If he's traveling, leaving his own wife to go to another city to stay, to see his son that is with another woman, they will soon have another son. In our experience, that's what happens. You will have another child.
Yeah.
So you need to talk to a counselor and both of you. What happens? See, as a rule, guys, insist on being submitted to authority. Don't do marriage in isolation. When you do marriage in isolation, the stronger party will just oppress the lesser party. It's like playing football match without a referee. Somebody's just going to bully another person. So we must both talk. Are you comfortable with this man traveling to another city to go and live with his baby mama and to see his child? He's going to have another baby. That's what's going to happen. So we must agree. Are we all going to go and see that child together? Stay in the hotel, both of us go and see the child? Or is the child going to be sent to us to the house, stay with us? You know, we must sit down and agree what we're comfortable. Don't do any funny arrangement that both of you are not comfortable with. For sure, don't do that.
All right. The next question for you, Pastor Kingsley. For how long do you forgive infidelity?
We can't force you. As a child of God, forgiveness is not optional, as people think. For you as a child of God, it's not optional. It's painful. It's hard. I agree. But don't see forgiveness as an option. It's not. Infidelity is painful, no doubt. And we walk people through what is called a forgiveness therapy. It takes a while, but you must get there. Now, what people confuse forgiveness with is the pain. They think there is something I'm going to do that will make me forget or make me be relieved. No. Forgiveness can be instant. The pain and rebuilding trust will take a long time. There will be triggers. There will be different things you're going to go through. That's why you need to talk to a specialist. You're not going to just forget this. You're not going to just develop amnesia. It's not going to happen. But you can decide to forgive as soon as you want by the help of the Holy Spirit. But the pain will not disappear. It takes healing, takes time, takes a lot of effort for that to happen. So you have to forgive. And you're not forgiving because you're letting the person go. You're forgiving because you're letting yourself heal. So you need to understand that forgiveness is not about the other person. People think I'm doing the person a favor by forgiving them. No, forgiveness has nothing to do with the other person. Has everything to do with you. We can't heal you, or you can't be healed until you forgive. It's for your good. But there's no hard and fast rule. We can't tell you to forgive today. We just help you with the process of receiving healing. Then that way you will have strength to let go of that situation. All right.
The following sounds funny, but I believe they are conflicted and their question is valid. As a Christian couple, is it okay to use the F word during intimacy? And the P word, and the D word? That's what they're asking.
That's the question. Okay. Let's come out of intimacy, because they keep saying, questions come up about we are married, so it means that we can do and undo. As a Christian, is it okay to use the F word? Everybody went quiet. If you can answer that question, your Christianity is not subject or bound to location or seasons or times. I hear people say Christianity apart. Let's face reality. Christianity is the way of, is how you live your life. It's you. So is it okay to use the F word as a Christian? If your answer is yes, if your answer is no, then you know the right thing. Because really, people use the confines of marriage and say because we are married, it's okay, everything is allowed, do as you want. The marriage bed holy, undefiled. Is it okay to use the F word as a Christian? For me, it's not okay to use the F word as a Christian. It's not okay to swear as a Christian. I like when they ask the question, who swears the most? Nobody goes up, because we don't swear as a Christian. There are other ways you can appreciate your spouse. You can recognize your spouse and acknowledge your spouse without using the F word. Let the things that are in the world remain in the world, and the things that are in the body.
They meant during the sexual act.
We're saying the same thing.
All right.
As a Christian,
Okay.
that's where I'm buttressing my points for.
All right.
As a Christian, your Christianity is not subject to time, space, acts, or season. You are a Christian. So can we just live our lives and leave the things for the world in the world? Praise God.
Okay. But I don't know what is the P word and the other word. And therefore, I'm just assuming I know what it is. But this is what I will also add to that. Whatever both of you want to do if you're married, what you want to do in your sex bed is your business. We are also careful not to over-encroach into your sex bed. As long as it's not bringing harm, it's not bringing shame, or it's not making one person uncomfortable. If both of you are comfortable, and it's not a health hazard, it's not a shameful act, it's not making one person feel less of a human being, both of you want it, the truth is that we are not going to be there to monitor you. All right? If both of you think the F word is what you want to use, you want to say it, you want to hear it, I'm not going to come and bring a mirror or a cane and flog you. All right? So that's what I would add. That even though we counsel, I also want us to be a bit sensitive to give people, when God didn't write some things in Scripture, it's not that he forgot. Sometimes he wants you to, go enjoy your life, do what you want to do. The things he knows is dangerous, he will spell it out. He wants you to explore, be creative. It's like somebody asking me what sex position is godly and not godly. It's not because God doesn't know sex position. Just he's saying, look, be creative. What if he's not bringing harm? All right? Nobody's going to be hurt. It's not bringing shame. And both of you are okay with it. Because I've met people that want to use the B word. The woman wants to be called the B word and the man doesn't mind. Or if the man minds, then that's already a concern. If one party is not happy with it, then we need to revisit the source and the reason why you have that desire. We need to change that. But if both of you are okay, the truth is that I'm in my own house. I ain't going to supervise you. I ain't going to punish you. That's really your business. But keep it within safe boundaries. So I like what she said about being Christian, but some people's sex life is not Christian. So continue as you are led. All right.
Someone else, as you draw towards the conclusion, someone else is asking for wisdom on how to run a blended family.
Again, these things are not things we can answer on the stage. A blended family can be anywhere from 1 child each to 4 kids each to young kids or grown kids. So there's so many dynamics. Then this blended family, is it blended family from 2 different cultures? Or is it blended family but both of you are Kenyans? So there's so much possibilities in that. So the baseline is always make it common, make it normal to have counseling. That's what I always advise. A neutral party can interpret how things feel for the other person. I've seen couples that have sat together and one person doesn't see the big deal in talking to their ex. It takes a neutral party to call him to and say, no, this is going to infringe on your partner's comfort and security. All right? Like I said in the morning, you are entitled to only one point of view. That's all you have. You know those videos they do POV? You have only one. As I'm sitting here now, this is my point of view. It's a different picture if I'm sitting in the crowd. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? So the only way I can have an idea of what you are seeing is when we communicate. Then I can understand that, you are seeing a screen. I'm not seeing a screen where I am. And both of us are right. I'm not seeing a screen, but you are seeing a screen. So when we communicate, when we bridge the gap, especially when there's a trained counselor in the room, the person can put you through and say, hey, if you have a blended family, these are the boundaries, this is how it's going to work, these are the things you must put in place. So get professional help in those regards. Come up with boundaries, come up with agreements that both people agree with. In fact, those things are more important than the love. Because it's usually compatibility issues that break a marriage or relationship, not love.
Thank you, sir. Let's combine these 2 last questions. A lady is asking, I had separated with my husband, and this made him start masturbating. Now that I'm back, he still does, and this has affected our sex life. By the time we get there, he's already done. And the next question, again, is from a lady. I started going outside my marriage because I wasn't in good terms with my hubby. That means she was cheating. Now, I don't have feelings for him anymore. What can I do to have intimacy with him like before?
Okay, I'll answer the last one. She'll answer the first one. The good thing about us as humans is that we are not subject to our feelings. I think that's one of the biggest things human beings need to learn. Some people just submit to feelings as if the feelings are our Lord. No, it's not. Feelings can come and go. Feelings can be channeled. Feelings can be recreated, can be refired. So if you are no more feeling things for your husband, both of you need to come back to building intimacy, building friendship, building passion. And it can be built. And you might need to walk through a process of forgetting the other things on your mind. The way you walk, your feelings are attached to your thoughts. Your feelings are not independent at all. They are tied to your thoughts. If you are very thirsty, and I say this is a glass of water, Pastor Andrew, come and take. You are very thirsty, come and take. You see, from where you are, you appreciate it already. It looks like, but if I tell you that it's actually not a glass of water, it's acid. Your reaction, your feelings towards it just changed. So this thing is not the issue. It's what is going to your mind that determines how you feel. Your feelings are not independent. Information that you get changes your feelings. So don't trust your feelings. Your feelings can change. Your feelings can change. All right? So all I need to say is that we'll go back to how to rebuild that friendship, that intimacy, that passion. Then detox yourself from the thoughts of what you went to do outside and other people. Then you'll find out that the love will grow gradually with time. But don't just cancel it and say, oh, I don't feel anything with my husband. That's not true. Your feelings can come back. It can. All right? We've all seen it happen. You can come back. So don't give up yet.
Thank you.
Okay, so from my understanding of that, it wasn't a question. The person just poured out her heart that she was separated from her husband for a period of time, and then he started masturbating. So now that they are back, he's still masturbating.
Yes.
And then obviously there's premature ejaculation involved. Yes. Right. Okay, so in this whole thing she said, she has answered the question on why we should not masturbate. Because she didn't put a question there, basically. But see, what she said answers the question on why you should not masturbate. Masturbation trains you to receive pleasure from you. And what happens is that when you now have a spouse, the problem now is that you have already trained yourself to receive pleasure from yourself. If your spouse jump from fan to fan, hang from here to here, nothing is going to excite you. Sorry, nothing's going to excite the person until he masturbates. Right. So I've answered the question on how to help with premature ejaculation before, but there's something we do, with regards to addiction, porn, masturbation addiction. It's called rewiring. Right. You have wired. It's a behavioral pattern. You have taught your body this. You have taught yourself this, and you can unlearn and relearn. But the very first step to stopping, it's stopping. Not I will stop. Not let's plan to stop. Actually, don't do it. Shed light on it by making your spouse aware of it. That also speaks of accountability, right? And then to the spouse that has a partner that is masturbating, you should also know that it's not your fault. Every adult is responsible for whatever acts he or she decides to do. It's not your fault that he is masturbating, because from that comment of we were separated for a while, I've started hearing blame. You're already blaming yourself that you're the reason he started masturbating, or because I was not having sex with him enough, he had to cheat. He had to get it elsewhere. You are not responsible for the decisions your spouse makes. So it's not your fault. Can you help? Yes. Get him professional help. But first, he needs to accept the fact that what he's doing is wrong, that is detrimental to his health and to the sexual health of his marriage, which is also detrimental to his marriage. Now you're speaking his language. We're talking logic now. It's not working, it's not the answer. It's that this thing you're doing is hurting you, it's hurting me, it's hurting us. So we need to get help to make sure that we are in line with what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. And it's largely a mind thing. So he needs to also submit his mind to the Lord. When it comes to breaking a habit like this, your relationship with God also matters. Prayer, meditation. You've been thinking to masturbate, you have to be thinking in a certain light. So it's not just a physical act. You need to, like she said, you need to rewire your thinking. It's a long process, but it takes dedication and accountability. Rewire how you are thinking about sex. It takes a while. You might sleep sometimes, but if you're consistent, you will see that you can, now that your wife is even around, both of you working as a team can rechannel that habit and start to have sex the normal way. Our brains are trainable, just that if you have done something for a long time, it's just a bit more difficult. But our brains are trainable, and that's the good news, especially with the help of the Holy Spirit. That's the good news.